Yo, what's happening, people? It's your boy Michael, and welcome to the European Wrap-Up Show. That's the new name for our weekly European show.
Nice.
It's a work in progress. So with that one. But yeah, so today pretty much just gonna discuss everything that happened in Europe the last week. So UCL, Europa League, maybe a little Conference League, and then the draw came out today for all three competitions. So we'll also be discussing that. And to discuss that, of course, my fellow co-hosts Nick and Eric. What are you guys saying?
What's going on, man?
What's up, bro?
Yes, sir. Nothing much. Woke up, saw UCL draw. Wasn't bad. But before
I
we,
liked it.
yeah, I'm sure you guys liked it. I don't know about Eric, but we'll talk about that later on in the show. But yeah, no other place to start. Than what happened at Old Trafford on Tuesday. I was meant to do a review show, but time difficulties happened, so we're doing that today. So Nick and Eric get to hear me rant about United. They do it every day, but now it's also on YouTube. So yeah, so United went out at Old Trafford on Tuesday. To Atletico Madrid. Yeah, just you know what I was gonna say I expected it. I didn't really expect it. I predicted us to win, but I wasn't surprised if we had lost, and we obviously did. I know both of them have heard me say if Atletico scored first, we would lose because United are weak mentally, and they show that on Tuesday. But before I get into United, I'm telling you about this referee, man. This referee is an atrocious referee. We had a criminal on the pitch. He's actually a criminal. He got arrested for a drug ring or prostitution ring, one of those two things. So I'm just gonna say UEFA had actual criminals on the pitch, but whatever. Yeah, that's another discussion for another day. But in terms of what happened on the pitch, I thought United started brightly. I don't know what Pep Guardiola was smoking in his press conference today, saying that Atletico had us pinned back within the first 25 minutes. I thought United's best moments in the game were in those first 25 minutes. I thought we had Atletico pinning their own half. So maybe Pep, I don't know, maybe he's doing his little false hyping that he does. When he does that, you know that you're fucked because he's gassing you up for no reason. But yeah,
What if you just didn't watch?
he
Just got
he
it
didn't
wrong.
watch. He didn't watch. He definitely didn't watch, bro. This guy was not watching. But yeah, so I thought United were good in the first 25 minutes. I thought we were pressing up, and in the moment Atletico scored that first offside goal from Joao Felix, that's when I knew the momentum shifted. They figured out their plan of attack, which is to get behind Harry Maguire because he's as slow as a snail. No offense to him, but yeah, and then I think it was 5 minutes later they actually scored the goal, which started from Maguire's side. But first, it started because of a foul on Alenga, which was a 50-50, but I thought it was a foul. But I wasn't mad at the referee if he didn't call that one because I thought Alenga should have gone down earlier, but he didn't. He wanted to be an honest player. No honesty in the sport, man. Just fall down. If you gotta dive, you gotta dive. You gotta do what you gotta do. But I thought the real foul was when Lorente kneed Fred in the guts, like it's WWE, and the referee and VAR did not think that caused any interference into the goal. They got blind people working back there, so I don't know what to say. But yeah. So then they scored the goal. I thought the goal was a mistake on a lot of players. A lot of the United players in the attack were complaining to the referee instead of checking back. And then Maguire thought he was a DM, like it's Hull City again, but it's not. He played for Man United, you're a center back, 80 million. Stepped into the midfield, got cooked. And then everyone out of position. I know Eric heard me say like in the chat that Delo was at fault, but I rewatched the goal multiple times. Delo was actually not at fault because he had like 95 people to mark. He got doubled. The glued was in goal. He didn't really couldn't have done anything. Maybe could have came out a little earlier, but this guy doesn't like to come out of his goal. He's like the Everton fan yesterday that was tied to the goalpost. That's the hair, except he doesn't have like the ropes around his stomach. But yeah, so United conceded that, and that's when I called game over. The referees like constant foul calls got into their heads because they're really weak mentally, the players, in my opinion. And from then on, Atletico put on a shithousery performance to their finest, which is what you expect from Diego Simeone. This guy has perfected the dark arts of football, which I have nothing but respect for. I hate his football, but as a neutral, I respect his antics until they're against my team. And I respect them. And the better team won. Well, the better team like on the pitch. I don't think they're a better team than us in terms of like squad, but they won. They deserve to win. They went through. Jan Oblak has had to make 2 saves finally for the first time this year. So he doesn't want to save against Leganes in La Liga, but he wants to save against United. But yeah, the second half was atrocious. Juan Mata was playing for my club in the crucial UCL game in 2022. He's like 45. If I go back, I'll go like a quick player by player before I move on. De Gea was okay. He really didn't do anything. I thought Ron was exceptional. Maguire was crap. Taylor, I'm talking about Alex Telles. Do either of you guys want a left back at your club? Alex Telles? Anyone? Any
No, I'm
takers?
okay.
No takers?
No.
No takers? Damn. Because this guy's the worst left back I've ever seen in my life. Yo, when I say unathletic, I really mean unathletic. This guy was not doing. I think he did 2 overlaps the whole game, and Jadon Sancho was getting triple teamed by Atletico. Lorente, Savic, and Reynaldo were like just attacking him, and Sancho couldn't do anything. Maybe if Tiz offered an overlap to take another man, then Sancho maybe could have done something, but whatever. Even though Sancho was poor as well because he kept dribbling into players. That was very Marcus Rashford of you. And yeah, just the whole team was just crap. I don't like the subs were a little chaotic. Rafa just let's go for it, and I think we put in 2 crosses the whole game. Alex says fun stat. I know you guys love your stats. We all love our statistics here. Alex says was 1 for 11 from crossing, and this is supposed to be his best attribute. That's what I was told by the Portuguese people that he's a dead ball specialist. So in the 95th, 94th minute, or the last kick of the game, De Gea went up, and Alex says had 10 other players to offer at for a corner. You know where his corner landed? Right into Oblak's hands, which is just fantastic. So yeah, United are out. Do either of you have any comments about United before I move on?
I mean, it was something I kind of expected. Like I expected Atleti to win, but not really in that fashion. But the way the goal was conceded, I kind of expected.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I thought Atletico would win, but after like you said, the first 25 minutes, United's best performance for both legs, really. I thought they at least had a chance to get through, but after Oblak's face save on Alenga, you kind of just realized it was one of those games and it was never going to go their way anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, that's so our fun fact: our only 2 UCL wins in knockout stages since Sir Alex Ferguson has left is against Olympiacos, who I know I love. That's my team in Greece, but they're not good. They were decent back then, but still not good. Took a Van Persie hat trick to get past them, and then PSG 3 years ago, of course, had 9 in Paris. So one's a Greek team, and the other team is the only other big club in the world that has a weaker mentality than Man United. So yeah. But the other game that night, which funnily enough, our potential future manager, he is the odds-on favorite right now. Erik ten Hag and Ajax also went out, which is just funny. Isn't it just a match made in heaven? Ten Hag goes out, United goes out. It's, it all works like in a little puzzle. So yeah, but unlike United, Ajax dominated Benfica and they got shithoused by Ajax got shithoused by Benfica. I rewatched some of the game. I heard Ajax dominated and Benfica had like 0.3 XG or something like that, and it all came from Darwin Nunez header. Who I want to apologize. I call that guy overrated because I saw 2 step overs from him like 3 months ago, and he was doing them as slow as a turtle. But he has like 27 goals in all competitions, so I apologize. I was unfamiliar with your game. So yeah, it's a striker target.
Yo, he's got a GA per game in the Liga Portugal, bro. Jesus.
Yeah, so I was unfamiliar with your game. My apologies, Darwin. I called you Charles Darwin because you were doing them hella slow. But yeah. So Ajax went out. Obviously, they were like the darlings of the media. Everyone's like thought that they could do a decent run, but they go out. Ten Hag, obviously, the darling manager right now. He did say that he's focused on Ajax the rest of the year, but allegedly, I'm gonna emphasize allegedly. There is a meeting on schedule for Monday between the United brass and Ten Hag, and soon after it will be also with Mauricio Pochettino. My favorite source, the Muppeteers, I like to call them the Muppets nowadays, said that the board want Ten Hag and the football people at the club, aka John Murtaugh and Darren Fletcher, want Pochettino. I thought it would be the other way around. So I don't know how reliable that source is, but yeah. So those two look like the odds-on favorites. So maybe the United the job is a curse because Pochettino goes out of Europe when he gets linked with the United job. Ten Hag gets linked with the United job. He goes out of Europe. So we're just a curse club. But yeah, Benfica shocked the world. We all had Ajax winning, I'm sure. And yeah, they, of course, we'll talk about who they have to verse. But I didn't really want to talk about that much because I didn't watch it. So not much to say other than Charles Darwin scored a goal. And I heard Onana had a howler. So Inter might not be really upgrading from Handanovic. I'm sure Eric disagrees because he has not the biggest fan of Handanovic right now. But
yeah, quite the steep decline from one of my favorite goalkeepers. So
yeah, so any thoughts on Ajax getting eliminated, Eric?
I mean, I didn't really watch the game, and I was kind of fearing that we would draw them if they made it through, but we didn't, so it's fine. It doesn't really faze me that much.
I mean, for me, it's just they were the only team I had going through that didn't make it, so it would have been nice to go 8 for 8, but these things happen. That's all I got. I didn't watch like any of either game.
Yeah, fair enough. So yeah, that's that. Let me go over to Wednesday. We'll start with Chelsea. So you guys went through. Obviously you beat Lille. By the way, I have a question. How did you guys travel there? Like, was it actually like a bus, or did you actually take a plane? If you know.
I do not know. All I know is that they were there.
Yeah. So Eric, the floor is yours on like the Chelsea performance, and
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like the most boring of topics because like I expect us to go through. I mean, hopefully, obviously there's a bit of drama and speculation about how we would get there and all these things surrounding us, but our players broke through anyway, so it was completely fine. I don't really have too much to say except this is finally what happens when our forwards take our chances. We didn't have too many chances. I think we only had like 2 or 3 chances, and we scored 2 goals. So that's perfect. The Pulisic goal and the Jorginho assist was absolutely phenomenal. That's something I really want to see more of in the future. Pulisic actually finishing his chances, or as I like to call him, the LeBron James of soccer. I'm very proud of him that he's finally breaking through and finishing his chances in important spots. But I think the one thing I really want to comment about in a negative way was Trevor Chalobah. He started off like head first running, like he went to the ground running, and I was really happy that we might have got someone better than Zuma or as good as Tomori or blah blah blah. But I feel like he's kind of hitting a bit of a wall in my opinion. Christensen got injured, and Chalba came in, and right after conceded a yellow card, like almost on the penalty area. He's given up, I think, 2 penalties this season, and he almost gave up penalty to Newcastle. I mean, it should have been a penalty, but we got lucky and got away with it. But he needs to believe in what he has more because he is a good center back and he's very good defensively. But I feel like he's having a bit of a mental issue and like he's not confident in himself, so he has to grab shirts and pull hair or whatever, like whatever he has to do to like get a foul and get the ball. But I feel like he has to trust himself more. But I'm really disappointed in him, and I hope he fixes it up because by the looks of it, we're losing 2 or 3 center backs this summer, and we can only replace 1 or 2 of them. But I feel like if he fixes it up in the next few months, the next few weeks, we should be fine. But besides that, it was a fantastic game. Mason Mount open play assist. God, I used to play for times like this. Finally, I'm very happy for him. It was a very good assist. That's Miliqueta, who tapped it in. And yeah, that's pretty much it. But it was a phenomenal game. And I'm looking forward to our next draw with Madrid.
What was I gonna say? Oh, regarding the striker situation, obviously it looks like I think stats say Lukaku's been on the bench 6 out of the last 8 games now.
Yep.
So, do you think that like officially, kind of like Havertz has taken that 9 spot like it's his?
Yeah, absolutely. Even though he's not really a 9, but I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean he's
false 9. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a forward. He's the quote unquote striker of our club.
Fair enough. Do I have anything else to say for that game? No, not really. Actually, really don't have anything else to say. Did you like break it a little when like Yilmaz scored? Like, but were you still confident?
A little bit because it was such a stupid pen, and it's like I get it was a handball, but it's such a stupid handball to give up because it was unintentional. But I didn't really fear that their offense too much. I mean, Jonathan David is pretty woeful in my opinion. So I only really feared Bomber creating a chance, but besides that, I don't really fear the team too much. It was mostly like the atmosphere and the crowd that I was a bit afraid of, but didn't do too much.
Fair enough. They also didn't have Renato Sanches, so that's like their best player, Loki. What was it called? So yeah, that's for Chelsea. Over to Italy, in Turin. Our main man, Unai Emery, as if you took away the photos, he's like the logo. He's like Loki, the franchise player of this podcast. So he coached a masterclass against Allegri. Obviously, before I get into it, did you know that Allegri said that was one of Juventus' best nights in Europe, performance-wise?
What?
That's what he said post-match. He said that was one of our best performances in Europe.
How?
I don't know what he was seeing. I'm telling you, these managers be like seeing stuff. But yeah,
Didn't they lose like 3-0? Yeah,
it was. I think the stats are like I think Villarreal actually didn't have a shot until their first shot of the game, their first goal, like in the 78th minute, which is kind of hilarious. So Allegri's like complained about Villarreal parking the bus. But as we all know, Juventus this year have been parking the bus themselves. From what I have heard from some Juventus fans, that the moment Juventus score, Allegri goes into this pragmatic mode. So yeah, I mean, I think we were all shocked that Villarreal beat Juventus 3-0 because Juventus are a European like powerhouse in terms of like UCL and stuff like that. So, obviously not the last few years because they've gotten out. I think that's 4 years in a row now. They haven't made the semifinals. They made the quarterfinals against Ajax, and they got knocked out in the round of 16 the last 3 years. Lyon, Porto, and Villarreal now. So yeah, the goal scorers I think were
It was Gerard Moreno, Danjuma, and
Pau Torres. I also was unfamiliar with game Pau Torres. You know, look, I'm warming up to your idea, but yeah, Eric, since you have been a big critic of the Vlahovic move, and this was like his stage to shine. Obviously, he scored in the first leg, but in the second leg, he kind of blanked. So, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, he hit the post, which is kind of unlucky, but I guess he did play. He kind of played his part. But when you have a very average mid team behind you, there's nothing you can do. I'm kind of being nice to him, but Vlahovic is a player who needs a bunch of touches in the box and creators that can put that final through ball into the box so he can take 1 or 2 touches and then shoot, almost like Lela in a sense. So like he can't really drop back and create himself. So he needs players behind him who can feed him constantly and to put crosses into the box. And when Danilo and Cuadrado aren't on their game on the right hand side, it's not really easy to do. But also, I hate him hold that.
Oh, that's sad. Trying to think of what else about that again.
Yo, Cuadrado wore the armband.
Yeah, that's it, club.
Yeah, that club is brow. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, like,
all right.
Oof. Captain Cuadrado, baby.
Yeah, so yeah, it was a shocking game. What was I watching? Oh, no, I was doing a YouTube show, and I was focusing on the Liverpool Arsenal game. But yeah, that was just like a shocking result. I thought it was like 0-0, then I go on phone mob and I saw like 2-0 within like 3 minutes. That was just like a little shock from Villarreal. But you know what? There's like a post PSG glow going on right now. Like other than Laurent Blanc, because I don't know what that guy's doing these days. But like Ancelotti is about to win another league title with Madrid. He's gonna do like the quintuple. Like he'll have won a league title in every other top 5 leagues. He'll be the first man to ever do that. Thomas Tuchel is obviously thriving. I think he beats Don's record for the most UCL wins in 50 matches. I think he's 32, which is incredible. That guy is like a tournament specialist. Which is still, I don't understand how he lost to us that night in Paris, man. That's the most fugazi result ever. And then who else? Unai Emery now, like obviously in Europe, he's been a success everywhere he's gone except for PSG in a way. Obviously, everyone's mind when it comes to PSG, Unai Emery will forever be that Lara Montada. As much as we say it was like a rigged result, but that's what everyone will remember. So, and now with Villarreal, he took them to Europa League. He won them the Europa League, their first ever trophy in Europe, and now he's got them in the UCL quarterfinals for the first time, I think, since like 2006 when Riquelme was there. So yeah, he's doing his thing. This guy's, I know a lot of Arsenal fans say he was a dusted manager for them, but I mean he's accomplished more than they have since Arsene Wenger left. So you know what, fair enough. So yeah, who do they? Oh, they play you guys. So moving on to go off with the UCL draw. Let's start off with the big match, of course. Chelsea Real Madrid. That was with the way the round of 16 went. We kind of all knew that there were only probably one superstar matchup, while the other teams would kind of get easier draws. And unfortunately for Chelsea, unfortunately they got Real Madrid. But based on last year, I would think that maybe, I don't know, Eric. I know you're not a confident person, but like based on like last year's results, like you kind of favor maybe playing a Real Madrid this early as opposed to like one of the other Prem clubs. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of on the fence on 50-50. I feel like it's going to depend really on like the week before or like our form or their form. I feel like it might stay the same either way, but some like most Chelsea fans aren't confident and most Madrid fans aren't confident because Madrid fans obviously remember like what happened last year and how we pretty much played them off the park. But yeah, I feel like it's going to be on a day-to-day basis until that game starts. I feel like it's going to be very close. The idea is to basically lock up Vinicius and Benzema, but I don't know how that's going to happen with Chalobah defending Vinicius. That's going to be absolutely horrific to watch. But yeah, I feel as if we really stay composed and really control ourselves, and we actually play like we did last year, and being one of the best knockout teams in Europe, and being the defending champions, and having that in mind, I think we should be okay, and we might get through. But then again, it's going to be very tough because that midfield can turn it up any second they want to.
Yeah, so obviously, the thing with Madrid is last year like the attack was literally a 1-man attack. It was like because Vinicius hadn't hit his form yet, so it was all Benzema, and he did his best. He scored the goal. He scored the goal at the I don't know what that stadium is called, but like this training ground. And then that's the only goal they scored. Obviously Vinicius has been world class this year, so that's another threat that Chelsea didn't have to face last year. And obviously, I think Reece James is what's it called, injured right now, right? If I remember correctly. So
yes,
that's the right hand side. So if he's not playing, it'd be Azpilicueta, and Azpilicueta Chalobah right hand side against Vinicius isn't like the most inspiring defensively against someone of Vinicius' capabilities. But it'll be interesting. Obviously, the manager change is a lot different. In terms of you're playing Ancelotti instead of Zidane, and Ancelotti's a little more pragmatic, I would say. Like he knows how to play the pragmatic approach better than Zidane. Zidane was a little more attacking oriented, and he kind of that's kind of where they fell apart last year. Madrid kind of tried to go a little too attacking. Do you think that Ancelotti will go back to that midfield that he used in the second half against PSG potentially?
I feel like he's gonna go to his original three of Casemiro, Kroos, Modric, but
Trinity.
it's but it's gonna be different because I do think they're a better team now, Madrid, because in the second leg last year, I think they played Vinicius right wing back and they tried to copy us in a way with a 3-5-2. And also Zidane did like Hazard a lot, and like he really wanted to play him against us. So it was Benzema and Hazard up top, and that's obviously not going to happen. So they're going to be a lot more fluid in attack, which is what I'm kind of scared of. But hopefully, Reece James comes back in time and becomes healthy to play in that leg, to play in that draw. But I do feel like they're the better team in a way, or like they've gotten better. But it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, theoretically, history's on your side because you never lost to Real Madrid in Europe, and your manager has also never lost to Real Madrid. I think he has 2 wins and 4 draws. But one Chelsea player that was other than Conte, because Conte won man of the matches for both those matches. But Timo Werner was your best attacker over those 2 games, and he's kind of lost a spot in the rotation. Do you think that would be an impact?
Not really. I don't think so. I feel like someone's good point impact was going to be Kovacic, because I don't think he played much or at all of those 2 legs because he was out of injury. So I feel like with him coming back, it's going to be a good sight to see.
Gotcha. Nick, what are your thoughts on this draw?
If I had to pick right now, I know you guys didn't really talk about like winners, but I think you guys covered hit the head on all the actual like things about it. I think I'd pick Chelsea to take it. Yeah, I'm blanking completely on anything that has to do with those 2 teams right now. And I don't understand why, but I would go Chelsea right now. I don't know what's going on. Wow. Yeah, Chelsea.
Whew. Yeah, I texted in the chat the winners I had. I said Chelsea, but that's because I refuse to bet against Chelsea in the tournament right now because I think they're the best tournament team in the world. So I refuse to bet against them. Eric, how did you feel about like being on the Man City side of the draw? Would you have rather been on their side or Liverpool side?
Honestly, knowing the history, I would have rather been on the side run out with City. I honestly don't think we can beat Liverpool. There's like a curse or something on us. Like I don't think we can do it. So I'm happy they're on City side.
Fair enough. All right, so the other match in that side is Atletico Madrid have to go play the other Manchester side. Obviously will be a lot harder. But yeah, so Atletico Madrid, Man City. I think that's still a big matchup because Atletico are still a big club in Europe and Spain. They are the reigning La Liga champions. I know they've struggled a little this year, but like I said, you don't want to bet against Chelsea in the tournament. I also don't want to bet against Atletico Madrid in the tournament because their history against English sides is actually excellent, except for Chelsea, which I think Koke said when they asked him today about it. He said we have a good history against English clubs except for Chelsea last year. So Yeah. So obviously, I think one of the biggest City's problems this year, I think Eric can agree because he watches the Prem, is like their struggles against a low block, and no other team in this competition left would play a bigger low block than Atletico Madrid. So that's Simeone's. That's in his wheelhouse, and their little thing of Phil Foden playing false nine. Eric, I want to ask you, like, do you think that playing that will play right into Simeone's hands?
Yeah, exactly, like 100%. I mean, I feel like watching the Atletico game is like if you watch the Palace game, I think it's going to be exactly the same.
I agree. I think like obviously, I still back City over two legs. Cause if it was over one leg, I'd probably maybe let's say maybe Atletico, but over two legs, I'll still lean City because they have more players. But I think, damn, someone will be zooming. Um,
Yeah.
but I think one key player, obviously, Joao Felix. It's not gonna say not additional, but him and Griezmann. I really like the way they played against United because I know I'm most to talk about United, but in terms of Atletico, I'll talk about like their performances. They were really good at like keeping the ball and kind of like what's it called, taking some of the pressure off from the defense so they can recover, get their energy back up so they can go back into their shape. While Griezmann and Felix were running wide. Obviously, it'll be a lot harder against City, but City have been culpable to getting caught in the counter. And I think with Griezmann and Felix, and even Marcos Llorente, Lodi's in his best form that he has been in a couple of years. So I don't know. I think Atletico could pose a threat, but I still take City. But it will be an interesting matchup. I don't think it's gonna be like a wash. I think on aggregate, if I had to guess, maybe like a 3-1 over two legs, something like that. Any thoughts?
Yeah, I agree. I'll go a little less on scoring, but I do feel like over two legs they'll go through.
Yeah, if they can find someone to actually finish, I think it'll be good for them and they'll make it through.
Yeah, Prem, maybe you should play. Actually, no, I was gonna say in UCL you don't have to do anything, but like in the Prem, play your best attacker, Raheem Sterling. That would probably be a smart idea. Just a recommendation, but you don't have to listen to me. You are Pep Guardiola, but you do tend to overthink stuff. That is what costs you in UCL. But yeah,
That's his
so
specialty.
that's a
That
specialty.
bald head. That bald head radiates overthinkingness.
Yeah. Over to the other side of the draw. Let's start off in Germany. Bayern played Villarreal. Obviously, if I was Nick, I'd be confident. I don't think Villarreal would be Bayern Munich. As much as I rate Emery, I think just Juventus and Bayern are two different levels. Like I always say, there's levels to this, and Bayern are a much bigger level. So, Nick, I'm sure you were very happy to see you get Villarreal.
Yeah, it was. It's what I was hoping, to be completely honest, because it's Villarreal.
You don't want Benfica again? You don't want Benfica
No,
for like the seventh year?
I mean, let's change it up a little bit at least.
Right.
In our last, I think 7 games against a Spanish side, we're like 5-2-0. So I mean, I couldn't be more confident. Of course, I gotta take it with a grain of salt because there's been a lot of defensive lapses with Bayern this year, and a training pick from Lewandowski. How long ago? 8 minutes ago. He's got a bandaged knee.
Okay.
He should be fine in a month, but it's just something to take into account. Um, I think if Nagelsmann and Bayern play their game the way that they want to, control the play and all that, I think we'll be fine. I don't really see a problem.
Yeah. Yeah, and obviously, I'm obviously picking Bayern, but you are on Liverpool side.
Yeah, that's my. Oh.
So I was going to ask you that. Obviously, I think Liverpool are probably like up there, like the hottest teams in the world right now. They haven't lost in a while. Um, Obviously they beat you. It was a long time ago, but Klopp is a dangerous player, is a dangerous force, and so let's say that's obviously a hypothetical matchup. Right now, how confident would you be in beating Liverpool?
I'm not. Right
So,
now. Right
yeah,
now, I'm not.
because obviously the match on paper it's a fantastic matchup, and I hope I watch it. Obviously, I'll be rooting for Bayern, Lewandowski, but come on, man, Ballon d'Or winner should have been with Ballon d'Or winner. Come on.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, you think that totally.
So yeah, obviously it's high line versus high line. It'd be a high score on paper. I mean, I know I said that 4 years ago, and the first leg was 0-0. Going, funnily enough.
Yeah, no shots on target against the Van Dijk-less Liverpool at home.
Yeah, so
Great. It was great.
Yeah, obviously I think Bayern are a much better team now because they have.
We are.
With I think Sane will
They
be
are.
a problem for Trent. Trent's injured right now, but I think that's cap. I think that's Klopp not wanting his center players away for international duty. which is smart. I wouldn't do that either. But yeah, so obviously sign it. So I think it'll be a fun matchup. Obviously, where that matchup will be won is I think in the midfield. So hopefully, Goretzka is actually fit. Is he fit?
I don't know, dude. I
This
think
guy,
he's fine. I think he's finally in team training, but
this guy's a crook, man. I'll put him in bubble to that game. But yeah, it'll be an interesting matchup. Obviously, we'll talk more about it when the quarterfinals are done and we go into the semifinals. But yeah, inshallah, Bayern Madrid final, man. Please, inshallah. But that'll be fun. But yeah, what else? Over to Europa League.
wait, don't you want to talk about Liverpool Benfica, bro?
Oh, whoops, my bad. Yo, honestly, they're gonna smack them like 7-0. That's all. That's all I gotta say to that. I'm sure Eric, you agree, right? 7-0, something like that.
Yeah, I agree. Why not?
Yeah, bro. It's not. I mean, I just think Liverpool.
Yo, Benfica, watch this space, bro.
No,
What?
not watch the space, man. They're getting cooked. Otamendi against Salah. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, man.
Yeah, man, lock them up.
Yeah, Otamendi couldn't lock up freaking Wolf Zaha 3 years ago, let alone Salah. So yeah, over to Europa League.
I
Start.
didn't see the Europa League draw. Look at this.
No, I was talking about some of the games. Obviously, the big
Oh,
one
okay.
was West Ham versus Sevilla. Obviously, I wanted Sevilla to win for Martial purposes, but he was mid. So West Ham are in their first European quarterfinal since I think like the 80s. So yeah, they won 2-0. Eric, since West Ham are a prem team, what are your thoughts on them being Sevilla, a team that owns Europa League? By the way, we all know that, but yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of a shocker, but I'm also like a little bit like, no, it's a bit of a shocker, but I'm also like not that surprised because Sevilla haven't really been playing well as a form in La Liga. I mean, they're really disappointing and kind of bottled a league title race, unfortunately. But yeah, I'm happy for West Ham. I mean, the fans deserve it, the club deserves it. But yeah, it's a good result for West Ham, obviously. But I feel like this is only going to test them further into getting a place to be in a competition once more next year. Let me quickly look at their place in the standings. If I can clarify,
They're
they are, I
sixth.
believe, sixth. Yeah, so they're 6, 2 points behind United for fifth, with Spurs having a game in hand. So it's gonna be tough. Again, we talked about this before the season started in our predictions. With their squad depth, I mean, they don't really have the best squad depth. They only have a few other forwards and another DM for Rice and Suchek in Kral from Moscow. But it's gonna be interesting to see how they hold up with their busy schedule.
Yeah. One of the other results. Leipzig obviously got a pass due to political conflict.
Mickey Mouse.
Atalanta beat. Go ahead, Nick.
Yeah, it was just a quick thing. I was looking at the bracket just now, and I completely forgot that Leipzig went through. So when I kept tapping,
So did I.
I thought there was a glitch on FOTMob. I kept tapping on the leg they were supposed to be in. Nothing came up, but yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah. So obviously the other matchup, Lyon beat Porto. I watched the first leg. I don't watch the second leg, but good for Lyon. I'm actually excited for this Cockray versus Rice matchup for Europa League. It's gonna be an interesting one. I'm very happy. Hopefully, the player I want shines through, which would be the latter. In Italy, they beat Leverkusen. Atalanta beat Leverkusen. I kind of expected it once we saw, obviously, prayers out to Florian Wirtz who tore his ACL. Hopefully, he makes a strong recovery. So yeah, Eric, you're the big Atalanta guy here.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
How do you fancy their chances for this Europa League? They play Leipzig.
It's gonna be interesting because I've been watching more of Atalanta this year. Actually, no less, but like what I have watched, they're a bit shaky. I feel like sometimes they're being kind of afraid to really go for the ball because I feel like in the first half of that game against why am I blanking?
Leverkusen.
Yes, against Leverkusen in the first half and the second leg, they were kind of like sitting back and they kind of wanted to hold the draw for a while because I feel like they were scared of what Leverkusen had to offer, even though it wasn't much for the Birds. But yeah, but I feel like if they really like play like themselves and they aren't afraid to concede a few goals and they believe in Koopa Miners and Zapata and Muriel, I feel like they can really go forward. But I just feel like they have to be more confident in themselves. I feel like they're playing more as like a how do I say, like a mid-table Italian team really just sit back and don't really do much. I mean, they're Atalanta. I mean, like we've seen them go from Serie B to Champions League semifinals. I mean, it's an unreal club. But doing something like this, I think getting to a final at least would be a huge change for the future of the club, which I'm very happy for. But obviously, getting to Leipzig is going to be very tough.
Yeah, and over to our Bundesliga expert, Nick. Leipzig, they obviously have the new manager who I actually read up on Tedesco. He's actually pretty accomplished.
He's not bad.
Yeah, they probably should have hired him instead of Jesse Marsh in the first place. But
These things happen.
Yeah, so obviously obviously they went through due to controversial reasons, but obviously they're still a good team. I think they're in good form in the Bundesliga from what I've seen.
Yeah, finally.
So how do you reckon their chances against Atalanta?
I think that they'll prove to be much more of a challenge than Leverkusen, especially because they have players like Andre Silva, who's finally picking up, and Nkunku, who's in the form of his life.
My boy, baller.
Yeah, absolute hooper, bro. And they also have Danny Olmo, and Brock's at the back, and Orban and Gvardiol. So I mean, I think that they look good, but I don't think I'd pick them if I were to be completely honest. I think it'll be a lot closer than the Leverkusen Atalanta second leg because it was very close in the first leg, but I'd still pick Atalanta to go through, but Leipzig will put up a fight.
Yeah. Back to the other side of the bracket. Frankfurt beat Betis. I think Hinteregger scored a winner in the 120th minute, and Barca beat Galatasaray. I actually watched the game yesterday. Great goal by Pedri, but that's common. I mean, he's one of the best players. And I think Aubameyang scored the winner, which was a crazy goal. I think Inaki Peña made like 75 saves before that goal went in. But yeah, they're in the quarterfinal. Play Frankfurt. I think we're all in what's it called? Consensus that Barca are going through.
Yeah, but I don't think it's gonna be so easy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mean, I don't think it'll be easy because Barcelona, like they have improved under Xavi, but obviously they still haven't been able to like put teams away because their defense is still shaky. Kostic would be a big X factor. Obviously, his crosses will be a big factor, and Araujo, if he plays, I think would be better for Barca. But yeah, I expect Barca to win the competition. I'm just gonna throw it out there now because I think they're the best team left in this. But yeah. And then the other matchup is Braga beat Monaco, which I was a little sad for Tuchemani, and Rangers beat Red Star, which is big, good for Rangers. They're in the quarterfinal. They play Braga, so Rangers could be potentially in the UCL in the Europa League semifinal, which would be massive. I wish they were on West Ham side because that would have been fun, little English versus Scotland matchup. But yeah, I wanted to see if because obviously me and Eric have always said like the Scottish teams can't hang in the Premier League. So it would have been interesting to see how they would have done against West Ham, who are like top 4 contender Premier League and like mid-table club.
Very.
So yeah, that would have been interesting. But yeah, so the matchups, like to reiterate, West Ham, Lyon, Frankfurt, Barcelona, Leipzig, Atalanta, and Braga Rangers. And then winner of Atalanta Leipzig plays winner of Braga Rangers, and West Ham Lyon plays the winner of Barcelona Frankfurt. I say I want like Concrete to overrise, but I want to see West Ham versus Barcelona. I want to see Mikel Antonio versus Gerard Piqué. I just want to see that.
You know what I want to see, bro?
What?
I want to see Kakare against Kostic. Let me see my boy Kamada in the semifinal, bro. Let me see it.
That was a fun draw. It's a good draw. And the other European competition, which we all hate, but not really. The Europa Conference League. Just quick points. Bodo Glimt beat AZ. Quick little Greek shout out to my boy Evangelos Pavlidis. He scored a brace in that game to take it to extra time, but AZ bottled it. So get him some help. Marseille beat Basel. Good for them. So they're next round. PSV beat Copenhagen, it was 4-4 going into like the second leg, and then PSV beat
4-0.
Yeah, so that's sad. Renee beat Leicester on the night, but they Leicester won on the overall. Fofana's back, so I'm happy for him after that terrible injury. So and he scored, so good for Wesley, one of the best center backs in the Prem. Feyenoord beat Partizan, so good for them as well. Damn, the Dutch teams are cooking in that competition. Pauk beat Gent. Useless Belgian club, man. Honestly. Slavia Prague advanced over lost. That was a 7-5 on aggregate, and Roma beat Vitesse due to a Tammy Abraham winner, which Eric was very disappointed by. But,
No comment.
yeah, Tammy Abraham, low key clutch.
Enough.
Yeah, against Vitesse.
And they advanced over Tottenham in that competition to make it to the knockouts. So
That doesn't impress me.
fair enough. But yeah, I mean, how bad Roma has been, they need all the goals they can get. But yeah, so the quarterfinals to that are Leicester PSV. That's actually an entertaining matchup. I can't lie. I won't be watching it, but it's entertaining. It sounds entertaining.
Those that
Leicester,
watch will enjoy it.
yeah, I mean, it's too big. It's like bigger clubs, and like that shouldn't really be in Conference League, but they are.
Yeah.
Bodo Glimt play Roma. They were in the same group from what I remember, and Bodo Glimt beat them both times. So let's see if Josie, the special one, will get his revenge. Feyenoord play Slavia Prague, and then Marseille beat Pauk. Yo, let me tell you something, Marseille, bro. Gendouzi, Saliba, Milik, Payet. Yo, if you lose to this Greek club, man, I swear to God, I'm gonna be very disappointed. Yo, Romano, what do you say about Ten Hag?
He can't even spell Ten Hag, so I wouldn't read it.
Ten Hag. I already read that quote earlier, bro. Someone else said it. So,
Ten Hag.
Yeah, step it up. Yo, Romano, bro. You gotta, let me give you some Grammarly, bro. You need to spell checks. But yeah, that's the European draws. What else do we have to talk about? Obviously, international break is coming up. I think the World Cup qualifiers are next week, if I remember correctly.
Whoa.
They are, yep.
Before I get to that, are there any big matchups this weekend?
Yeah. Imagine having to worry about that. Yikes, bro.
I technically don't have to worry about it because my team is not in any but thing.
True.
Obviously, I will be keeping a close eye on the Portugal one for player reasons. But yeah, before that, let me just look at the FA Cup's this weekend, but I'm pretty sure we're all in confidence that the big teams are going to advance. Right?
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah, you play Middlesbrough tomorrow, and the other FA Cup games are on Sunday, which I don't know why, but it's weird. That is very weird. Oh no, because Liverpool played on. Okay, fair enough. Forest play Liverpool, Southampton play City, Crystal Palace, Everton. That's probably the most interesting matchup. Thankfully that FA Cup is this weekend because I would have had to watch United Liverpool instead, and that would have been a 5-0 massacre. So I thank you. Spurs West Ham play this weekend, so if West Ham can beat Spurs, that's good for them.
Very good game, yep.
Monaco PSG at 8 a.m., but PSG already won the league. Who cares? And the Rome derby, Roma Lazio is this weekend as well. Forza Roma. Oh, El Clasico. Whoops. Thanks.
It's on Sunday, yeah. I was waiting for that. It's at 4.
Oh, fair enough. I'll be back in point for that.
I might be able to watch.
Yeah,
I will not.
I'm picking Barcelona to win because I don't think Benzema's playing. So he's injured. He picked up an injury over the week. So yeah, I'm going Barcelona. I think they're gonna, because I think they played them good in that Super Cup thing in Dubai, wherever it was.
Yeah,
so,
I remember that was a really good game. Dembele masterclass.
Yeah, so hopefully Xavi starts his best winger, and yeah, so I could actually enjoy the game. Vinicius versus Dembele. Yo, that's actually okay. That's an elite matchup, man.
It is. That's high key.
Yeah, not low key, high key. Low key, that's like two of the best future players in the world. But yeah. Yeah, let me get to the World Cup qualifiers because I don't know if they start before the next time we record. They don't. Okay, so Portugal, Turkey. So we'll be able to recap that. Predictions. Before we give predictions, so Portugal will not have Ruben Diaz, Renato Sanchez, and
he's training, by the way.
Who?
Diaz. He's back in training.
Is he actually?
Yep, yesterday.
Yo, he like Ronaldo went to Portugal and his mom cooked him some good Portuguese food.
Or some HGH allegedly.
No. I'm gonna go with something that happened in Portugal, but with the food. But yeah, so maybe they have Diaz. I'm sure he'll probably play, obviously, but Cancelo will not play because he's suspended, and Renato Sanchez is injured and suspended. Ronaldo will obviously play. Bruno Fernandes will maybe play. I don't know. Fernando Santos is the only person in this world that is in agreement with me in the sport of football that don't like Bruno Fernandes. He actually drops him, so fair enough. But yeah, so who do you guys have, Portugal or Turkey?
Portugal.
Portugal.
Better be Portugal, man. Italy played North Macedonia. The only North Macedonian player that's even worth mentioning is Elmas because Panda's retired. So yeah, Nick, fancy Italy's chances against
You know what?
Macedonia.
Macedonia might. You never know. These
I
things
mean,
could happen.
Italy have been in a little struggle since they won the Euro. So
Yeah, I know. I come on.
I mean,
They,
there's no
if they
Chiesa.
aren't fine,
There's no Chiesa
yeah.
in the attack.
Well, I
So,
mean,
Advantage Italy.
with the way he played in the Serie A before he got hurt, I think it's kind of a blessing in disguise.
and you kind of got to throw out club form when you talk about international football because I've seen a lot of players.
That's the point I completely disagree with.
Well, maybe that might be United tax, but
Yeah.
that might be United tax. But yeah, I don't know. I just like Italy's like the struggle is like their forwards. I don't really rate their forwards much because forget Chiesa. Insigne is also not in good form because ever since he signed for Toronto for Drake FC, he has not been good either. So,
but I mean, it's North Macedonia. If it was anyone better, maybe I would be a little.
They be in Germany, you know. But yeah, no, I'm joking. But yeah, your midfield will win the game. It'll be fine. Scotland, Ukraine is postponed. I don't know when they'll make that game up.
I wonder why.
Yeah, watch them give like Ukraine a pity spot in the World Cup. That would be crazy. Wouldn't be surprised. Sweden played Czech Republic. Shout out to Anthony Olenga who got called up for the first time for Sweden. So big up to him. What do you guys have in that? It's a good matchup.
Wait, who? Sorry.
Sweden versus the Czech Republic.
Sweden.
Yeah, I'll take Sweden.
Damn, you're not gonna back your boy Wolny, Patrick Schick?
Nope.
Fair enough. And then Wales.
The World Cup for his performance for Czech Republic in the World Cup was a purple patch for that team as a whole. So
fair enough.
As much as I like him, he's not gonna do it again.
And then we got Wales, Austria. So 2 Real Madrid teammates, Gareth Bale versus David Alaba. Who do you guys got?
I'm gonna say Wales.
So am I.
Yeah, the game is in Cardiff. So
come on.
Oh wow, cool.
The most are gonna go crazy. And the Portugal-Turkey game is in Portugal as well. That's actually very important, to be fair. And the Italy game is also in Italy at the Stadio Renzo Barbera. And when is the final for that? So that match happened on the 27th, and the 29th would be the finals. So obviously Poland got a pass because of Russia. So they would be playing the winner of Sweden, Czech Republic. Portugal, Turkey play the winner of Italy, North Macedonia. Everyone here wants to see Portugal, Italy, of course, because that's a big matchup, obviously. And we'll be split in this matchup because I know Eric and Nick will be on Italy's side. I'm guessing.
Oh, I don't care.
Oh, you don't? Oh, fair enough.
Not really.
Eric probably just wants a good game at that point.
I don't think it'll be a good game, but because it's Fernando Santos guy.
I mean, Italy shouldn't have had to worry about this, but that's
you should have Portugal. Maybe if that referee wanted to call the goal over the line that Ronaldo scored, but yeah, it's another discussion for another day.
He was offside.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, he was.
No, he wasn't. But anyway, yeah, and then Wales and Austria play the winner of Scotland, Ukraine. Oh, that game's not happening, so I don't know what Wales and Austria are gonna do.
But what if they both go through?
That's what should happen, to be honest.
Just make that the semifinal. I haven't seen the bracket for this in a while.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it. And South America qualifiers are almost done as well. I think
Chile. Ooh.
Brazil, Argentina already qualified.
Brazil plays Chile on Thursday, and Chile is 2 points out.
Yeah, I think Ecuador is in the clear as well, so it'd be 2 spots left for Uruguay, Peru, Chile, Colombia. Eric, I'll go to you first since you like that South American. Who do you got in the last 2 spots between Uruguay, Peru, Chile, Colombia?
Wait, it's who and who?
It's so the 4th and 5th spot. So the 4th spot's automatic qualification. The 5th spot is you have to play qualifier. So who do you have for those last 2 spots between Uruguay, Peru, Chile, and Colombia?
Oh, I'm gonna go probably for Chile.
I don't know. Yeah, it's a big matchup. And Nick, who do you say plays?
On Thursday, Chile plays Brazil, and Chile is 2 points out of the. They're 2 points out of the qualification stage.
And Chile. Yeah, I look. Hope Uruguay don't make it. That's because I hate
Well,
Cavani.
then Chile plays Uruguay the next game, so they got a gauntlet to get through into qualification.
I think that's it. I know Greece play next Friday for Greek Independence Day, so don't lose. That'd be nice.
Yeah, please.
Play Romania, have some decorum.
Ooh, Haji.
Yeah,
It was good, but
I think that's it. And then after that, so international break. I mean, hasn't happened since like November, so it's been a minute since we've had. It's good for me because it gives me 3 weeks away from United, which is just a blessing. Other than the leaks that have happened, and one last thing before we go is the Rashford incident, which I did a TikTok on. Make sure you watch us on follow the TikTok, which is just like opening the pod on TikTok. I discussed the Rashford incident where I don't know if have you guys seen the video? I think, right?
Yeah,
you sent it, but I didn't look at it.
Yeah, so it
I'm sorry. I think I was working.
I feel very disrespected, but yeah,
sorry.
I feel very disrespected, but yeah.
Love the honesty.
Yeah, fair enough. Some fan called Rashford, whatever. Rashford responded back, and obviously the Rashford haters. I mean, I don't like Rashford right now, but I took bias aside. The Rashford haters took it like as he disrespected a fan. In my opinion, Eric knows this because I watch NBA. Like we see NBA players talk shit to fans all the time, and it goes back and forth, and no one really says anything about it. It's just common. But I guess in Europe over there, fans are like untouchable. But I had no problem with Rashford. He didn't swing at him or anything. He just talked back, and I always say if you're gonna give if you're gonna like heckle someone, you gotta be able to like, take it back. That's what my thinking on it is. So obviously, the moment Rashford stepped forward, that fan shit himself, and he like stopped talking. So obviously, I'm not gonna say what that guy is, but you guys kind of get the hint on that. So yeah, I had no issue. I know Righty, big up Ian Wright, by the way. He spoke on it. He said that Rashford PR team is like, what's it called? They shouldn't have even apologized for it because I agree with that. I know we all say like Rashford needs to stop with these PR posts, like he didn't, especially for a situation like that, bro. He did nothing wrong. There's no reason to apologize. Just I know a lot of people. I think when Maguire got heckled that too, and I know he got booed off as he got subbed off on Tuesday, which is not a good look for your captain. So yeah, a lot of drama in the United.
So I finally did watch it. This video is a non-starter for me. Like who cares?
Yeah.
He pointed. He took 3 steps toward the fan and pointed.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
He basically Rashford, like when his PR statement, he said that he said to the fan, "Come say it to my face," which is nothing wrong with that. So
there's no problem.
Yeah, and I think because people think that athletes are some robots and they're not allowed to respond, but they're humans just like us at the end of the day. So
if this happened in any other country, it wouldn't have been a story.
What happens in America? Bro, I've seen people. Someone the other day called Westbrook to their face, and then Westbrook walked up to them, and the guy said nothing. I said, Russell Westbrook, what's up? But yeah, happens all the time. Katie got into it with some fans, so it's normal. So yeah, Rashford just needs to like stop with the PR stuff because it makes you look even weaker, and that's what gives them the motivation to keep attacking you. So that's my thoughts on that. And yeah, it's pretty much it. Hopefully by next time United play, I have some sort of inkling on who the manager is. That'd be nice because that's the only thing I have left forward to looking to the rest of the season because we're out of UCL, we're out of top 4 pretty much, and the Youth Cup final is the only thing I have left forward to watch for that club, which is interesting. Charlotte Carrington, but yeah, so that's the European show. What did I call it again?
European wrap up.
European wrap up show. Thank you. That name might get changed by next week. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, because we have nothing else. Because there's like barely any prem matchups. It's mostly about FA Cup. Nick, is there anything interesting in the Bundesliga?
Bayern play Union Berlin.
No.
That's no.
Yeah.
Leipzig play Frankfurt. That's okay, I guess. Yeah. Wolfsburg play Leverkusen. That would have been good 5 years ago.
Yeah. And
that's really it.
I mean, I spoke on El Clasico. Obviously, El Clasico's not the matchup it was like Nick said 5 years ago. So that would have had more of an emphasis on the episode if it was like Ronaldo or Messi. But nowadays, Barcelona are like 18 points behind Madrid. So
yeah, but I feel like it's still the same. Describe, but I feel like it's coming back to where it was.
Yeah,
It is coming back. Yeah.
it's coming back.
Yeah.
I think next year like it'll be like more of a talking point. I think right now it's like it's in this like little birth stage again. Like it just has to. But I think
The last
it'll
two
be
were really good.
yeah, it'll be fun to watch though. That's for sure. And we'll talk about it next week if all of us watch highlights of it. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll plug the socials, of course. I should probably say this in the beginning of the show, but yeah, follow me at Michael_Griggs wherever this is on the square. Yeah, for daily tweets where I tweet absolute nonsense. Follow the pod at Juego Pod. Follow the TikTok or Juego Bonito Pod, and follow me on TikTok as well because I might start doing on both. What is my TikTok again? I should probably know this, but it's the same thing as my Twitter. All right, cool. I'm Mike_Griggs 26, except it's a lowercase M and G. Follow, of course. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. More content. I meant to do a lot of content this week, but I had other stuff to do. So maybe next week we'll go back to that. And since it's international break, I'll try to start doing more drafts and stuff like that. What else? I'm trying to think of anything else to plug. Oh yeah, for United. I haven't written an article in like 2 weeks. I gotta get back to that. I gotta write this De Gea article because he got dropped by Enrique today, like completely from the Spanish squad. So he's
I
not
saw that.
at all. So you know what, United, this guy can't make it in Spain over Brighton's, Brentford's keeper, and Athletic Bilbao's keeper. So what does that say about his level? But anyway, but Mark Goldberg will go on Twitter and say that's the best goalkeeper in the Premier League. What a fool! But yeah, big up Real TV. That's my boy Zidane. That guy's hilarious. What else? Yeah. Okay, so should look out for the articles I got on that, and then I got an article on Baby Pogba, aka Kubi Mino from the United Academy. I gotta write an analytical piece on him, so I gotta look at the tape and look at what he's got, and then probably I'll also write an article on Garnacho, who big up to him as well. He made the Argentina squad for World Cup qualifiers, so we just need that. I need that Messi Instagram pic so I can flex for his superstardom, and then yeah. So yeah, thanks for anyone that tuned in. Most people will probably watch on the replay. So I'll tweet that out like in a couple hours. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace.
Peace.
Take it easy.